So I am going to Walt Disney World, and I'm sure that you can guess why I'm going back. I am going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and I am so excited. And yes, I do love me some candy corn. I think these are a little bit older, but I got these a few months ago from Loungefly. I think that they were on Amazon, and I just thought that they were so adorable. And I also got the matching satchel or little purse that goes with it. I wanted to kind of have a little candy corn theme. And this is actually my first Loungefly, and I am so impressed by it. It's so beautiful, it's so well made. They might actually have a few of these left, so I'll link below on Amazon where I got this from. And I love on the inside, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like candy corns and Mickey heads on the inside of the fabric too. It is just so beautiful. And I'm going to make sure that I fill it up with lots of treats. And this bow actually comes off as well if you don't want the bow, but yeah. I never thought that my first Loungefly would be Halloween themed because I'm actually not a huge fan of Halloween, but there's something about the way that Disney does it that I think is actually really cute, and it's not like gory and super scary, which is the stuff that I don't like about Halloween, hence why it's called Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is just up my alley. So there's still lots of tickets left for it. We're coming into the, end of July now. I know that if you try to book Oogie Boogie Bash, they pretty much sell out right away in Disneyland. I'm really excited to just go trick-or-treating in Disney World, which I think is just the coolest thing ever. I could definitely buy a ton of candy for the price of the ticket, but you also get to meet certain characters like Jack and Sally. Mickey and Minnie will be there with their cute little Halloween outfits on. And then there's the Headless Horseman, which I'm really excited to see. I think they do a really good job at that. Then there's the fireworks show. And then there's a bunch of like Halloween desserts and stuff that you can get. I've never been to a special event at Disney World, so I'm really excited about that too. I know that they only sell a limited number of tickets, so the park isn't as crowded. So if I wanted to go on a bunch of rides, that's a great time to do that too. I'm sure Haunted Mansion is going to be just packed. Although I think one of the scariest rides at Walt Disney World is Winnie the Pooh. When you come around that corner and you go into Pooh's Heffalump Dream, that's up there with Haunted Mansion. So I might go on that one. I'm going to be staying at Pop Century, which I'm really excited about. The first Walt Disney World hotel I ever stayed at was Art of Animation, and that was on the Skyliner route, and I loved it so much. So I definitely wanted to try Pop Century at some point. It's a little bit more expensive than the other all-star resorts. So I ended up paying, I think, $207 a night on average to stay at Pop Century for a week. So I'll be giving a little review of that hotel as well while I'm there. I had a ticket that I didn't use from last November, so I moved that to this fall. That was for Hollywood Studios back when you had to pick which park you were going to be going to. So my plan so far is to go to Hollywood Studios on the first full day in the morning, and then that night I'm going to be going to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. You guys know that I am such a huge fan of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney World, and so this time I am going to be sort of Disney bounding as a stormtrooper. And I found this really cool fabric at the dollar store that I just had to have. It has just a repeat pattern of stormtroopers, and I thought that would be really cool to make a skirt out of, like a vintage skirt, and then a pair of matching ears. And I also found this Loungefly on Amazon that I want to get, which would match my outfit perfectly. So that's going to be an upcoming little DIY sewing video. My goal this time too, since it's my fourth time going back, is that I want to do all of the rides that I have left to do. It's kind of crazy to me to think that I've been there 3 times now and I still haven't gone on every ride. I also got 2 tickets. They're multi-park tickets. I haven't done multi-park tickets yet. And I think that now that I've seen most of what each of the parks offers and gone on most of the rides, that this is actually probably what I'm gonna do from now on, is so that I can hop around to all the parks. I really want to do, there's a fun challenge where you do 4 parks in one day. And I think I really want to do that one of those days and just maybe challenge myself to do 2 rides and get a snack in each of the parks and then move on to the next one. I'm also planning, you can book restaurants 60 days out. So I'm also planning on booking Crystal Palace because I definitely want to eat breakfast with Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore. And I've heard that their churro waffles are really good. So I definitely want to try that. And I have yet to go into Space 220. So I think I'm just going to book a reservation for their lounge area and just grab maybe a snack. I really just want to see the inside of it. I've heard some mixed reviews on the actual food. It is a pricey restaurant to eat at, and I just don't know if it's super worth the food itself. Doesn't sound like it's worth the price, but I at least want to get in there and see the restaurant. If you've eaten there, let me know, because I'm still contemplating whether or not I want a sit-down meal or I'll just go to the lounge. I also didn't realize that there is a Sesame Street park in Orlando, and it's at SeaWorld. And I think that is so cute. It would definitely be very nostalgic for me to go visit that park. So I'm going to take a day and go to SeaWorld to go see Sesame Street Park. I'm not really an aquarium person, so SeaWorld never really interested me. If anything, I am terrified of the ocean and the things that lurk in the ocean. So it's not really up my alley. I do like things like dolphins and penguins, but that's pretty much it. I did go whale watching last fall, and that kind of helped me to get over a little bit of my fear of the ocean. I may or may not tack on Harry Potter's World because I haven't done the train yet between the 2 parks. And I'm really interested to see what that's like. And I think you want to go like first thing in the morning and go straight to the train because it gets really, really busy with a long line. And the last thing that I want to do while I'm in Florida for that week is to go to Clearwater Beach. There is a bus that will pick you up at the Swan Hotel and will take you in the morning to Clearwater Beach, and you spend the day there and then you come back. And I think it was $99. It was I'll link it below. I think it's the Gray Line bus tour. I just think that for it being my 4th time to Florida and having never seen the ocean or a beach in Florida, I think that's a shame. So I feel like I need to add that on. I didn't want to have to be walking around with a bunch of melting chocolate. So that's why I booked the trip in October. You can book, I think that the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party starts August 9th, which I can see why a lot of people wouldn't want to do that, because that is a super hot time of year in the parks to be walking around doing trick-or-treating. I've been watching videos from last year's event, and there is this M&M brownie candy that they hand out there, which I'm really excited to try because I don't think we have that here in Canada. So of course I'm going to be vlogging the whole week, and I'll be sharing that with you guys. So if you want to see that, then definitely subscribe and follow along. If you've been to the events in previous years and you have any tips for me, please let me know. And I hope you guys have a colorful day.